How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham.
Hello there, Callum. I just once want to see Callum introduce himself as he's slapping a ham.
Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to Genealogy.
Hello there, my YouTube viewers. It is I, your friendly neighborhood Skeletor. Now, my friends, it is that time of year once again. My favorite time of year. That's right, the Halloween season is upon us once again. It's my favorite time of year for pretty obvious reasons, right? Because it's that time of year where you all are obsessed with the paranormal, or as I, Skeletor, like to call it, normal. Because, you know, I myself would be considered paranormal. Which is why today I, Skeletor, am once again going to react to a paranormal compilation. But not just any paranormal compilation, no! Today I, Skeletor, plan to focus on the more monstrous part of the paranormal, or as you eggheads out there like to call them, the cryptids. You know, human-like creatures that lurk in the deep woods at night. Now, while I do think this is a really fitting topic for Halloween, I do have another motive for picking this cryptids paranormal topic, and it has to do with me, Skeletor, myself. I myself might be considered a cryptid. Perhaps if you saw me lurking in the woods, you'd say, I think that's the rake. I'm talking about this rake and not this rake. Although both are terrifying for different reasons. So this got me, Skeletor, to thinking. If I, Skeletor, managed to cross dimensions and enter your world, well then perhaps, maybe, one of my minions did so as well. Or several of my minions. And those monstrous creatures you call, I don't know, Dogman. For all we know, Dogman could be Beastman. Bigfoot could be Grizzlor. You know? Which brings me to today's video, as I, Skeletor, prepare to react to Slapped Ham's most frightening cryptid monster compilation. Anyway, enough of this blathering. Let's watch this thing, shall we? Alright, so before I start the video, I, Skeletor, would like you all to join me for a little game. A game that we all could play in the comment section. As I watch these cryptids, I, Skeletor, am going to try my best to compare them to characters from my world to see who they most likely could be. So, as I go along, put in the comments who do you think they are. And also see if you agree with some of the theories that I have. Alright, let's do this thing, shall we?
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham.
Hello there, Callum. I just once want to see Callum introduce himself as he's slapping a ham.
Today we're looking at some super creepy things that have been caught on camera that are starting to freak the internet out. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content. Just like this.
And yes, do subscribe to old Callum here. Also, you know, don't forget to subscribe to me and my channel as well.
This strange little TikTok was uploaded by Animal Wiki. It was allegedly filmed in a rural mountain range in Japan. Watch what was caught on camera. The clip is only brief, but shows a small dragon-like creature swimming in a stream.
Yeah, dragon-like creature or really horrible-looking tapeworm. But I'm only saying that because I've actually seen tapeworms in Eternia that look like that. These are like tapeworms that Grenemir gets.
Dragons pay little attention to the lies.
Your viewers think the clip is just a hoax. It's strange that cultures all around the world have dragons embedded in their mythology. For thousands of years, disparate civilizations across the globe have believed in dragons in some form or another.
For as long as we've had mother-in-laws, we've had dragon myths.
In medieval Europe, dragons were large winged, fire-breathing creatures to be conquered on quests. However, in ancient China, dragons were believed to control the weather.
Ah, weather manipulation. Even back then, eh? Blame it on the dragons. Keep in mind, the weather manipulation is very hard. Even He-Man knew how to manipulate the weather.
You see, when salt particles are put into moisture-laden clouds, rain is produced.
Guarding heaven and earth against outside forces. So why were these creatures believed to be real for so long? Could there be a thread of truth running through the mythology of these ancient cultures?
Well, you live in Eternia, it's kind of a no-brainer. They're everywhere.
If I wasn't a gentle dragon, I'd take you over my knee and spank you.
Adrian Mayer, a professor at Stanford University, believes that fossilized dinosaur bones may have seeded folk tales about dragons and other legendary beasts.
Makes some sense, I suppose.
It's like griffins. Ancient cultures around the world most likely encountered dinosaur bones. Then verbal stories and written tales would have perpetuated the myths about dragons.
I don't know about that. I mean, sounds like it makes some sense, but it's very rare to find a dinosaur fossil in its entirety, you know? Usually you get like a finger bone or like a tooth here, and then they have to put it together, you know? So I don't know how complete these ancient fossils would be for them to say, hey, that's a dragon for sure. They'd have to have seen a lot of complete fossils, or at least complete heads of a fossil, that's for sure. I don't know. I mean, it's a theory, I guess. Not one that I, Skeletor, necessarily subscribe to, but hey, you never know.
So while this short clip is most likely fake,
No, fake! Come on, I'm telling you, that's an Eternian tapeworm. Caused by something greater than you probably ate.
Silence.
Trust me, you don't want that tapeworm. That's how I got to look the way I am.
it's interesting to see how new mediums spring up that help perpetuate myths and legends around the world even today.
I mean, this is really well done. I mean, why would you fake this? I'm not saying it's not fake, but, you know, if you can do this, why don't you do something a little better? I don't know. Maybe you should be working for Hollywood.
When YouTuber caught on tape began to hear strange noises around his house, he decided to investigate. Armed with only his camera, he carefully followed the sounds to their source. The video begins just as the YouTuber hears some strange noises that seem to be coming from the attic.
You hear that? Listen. Since I've been back, most nights I've been hearing noises in my attic. And tonight, the noises have been the worst.
I mean, you wouldn't want to go check that attic, would you? You know, I've been hearing voices in my attic, which is why I'm pointing the camera to my spotlight.
In the video's description, he notes that he believes some sort of creature has taken up residence in his home, and judging by the tone of his voice, he certainly seems to be a little scared.
Well, I mean, if I thought that some weird creature was in my attic, the last thing I'd be doing is picking up my camera, filming the ceiling. I'd be on the calling He-Man. He-Man! Well, in your world, the police. He-Man! Got some stranger in my attic. You and the Masters get over here and deal with it, will you? You know, that's kind of what you should be doing.
Or didn't you know that?
Hear that? I haven't been hearing the noises outside as much. And you hear that? Listen.
That just sounds like your mother cleaning the floor. You hear that? It's foreign to me. I don't know what that sound is. It sounds like someone is scrubbing the floor. What kind of preposterous weirdness is this? Ma! Why are you cleaning the floors in the attic? You never know when you'll get company, dear.
Though a little reluctant, he continues to explore, hoping to capture evidence of the creature on camera.
Again, by explore, he means, you know, do absolutely nothing but film the series.
Even the YouTuber's cat seems nervous as the sounds continue emanating from the ceiling above.
Not in there yet.
Really? That cat looks chill to me. It looks to me like he's just like, hey, you look like a mouse from down there. Doesn't look very rattled to me.
Kitty, what are you doing? Cat never goes up there unless it's freaked out. Kitty, what are you doing?
I'm looking at you being a fool is what I'm doing.
The YouTuber heads into the attic with just the light of the camera to illuminate his way.
And whose fault is that? I make it seem like that's all he could possibly get. He only had a light of his camera to illuminate the way. It's not like he was dropped in the middle of the woods and had no light. He lives at home. Get a light. Get a candle. Get a lighter. Something. Your cell phone has a light, does it not?
Hello? Hello?
Suddenly, a terrifying noise pierces the darkness.
I think it's just a raccoon.
Yep, just a raccoon. Is that raccoon driving a remote control car?
The YouTuber nervously pans the camera around, hoping to capture a glimpse of whatever it is making the horrible noises. Then, as the camera passes a dark nook of the attic, we see something horrifying. Take a look.
Horrifying noises that I'm hearing sounds like an orgasm. What the hell is he doing up there?
Oh my god!
As you can see, there seems to be some kind of creature blending into its surroundings. Whatever it is, it has very little in the way of facial features on its pale, sallow skin.
What? Alright, now, I don't know what this is. It kinda looks like some kind of dog man face, although the color would suggest it's not Beast Man. No! More than likely, if it's hanging out in your attic, it's Stinkor. Was there a smell associated with that look? Because if there was, well then it's definitely Stinkor. He just loves attics.
Not even close!
Leave in the comments, who do you think it is?
Viewers of the video have suggested that the creature looks like an alien, or possibly some kind of mutant.
Or Stinkor.
Oh my god!
While this certainly could be the case, the footage is far from conclusive. Perhaps it was simply a pile of junk that looked like a ghoulish creature.
Pile of junk that squeals like a slap ham.
That said, this theory does little to explain the horrifying screeching sounds.
Or the reason for why that creature was clearly scrubbing the floor in the attic.
Oh my god!
Whatever the creature is, its presence likely has this homeowner too scared to return for a second look.
So he just decided to live with it. I just want to see one day in one of these videos where the homeowner, calls pest control. They film pest control going up there, trying to figure out what it is. And you never know, maybe they do find out it's Stinkor. Don't get too close to Stinkor. You'll regret it for the rest of your life.
I have the power of stink!
Few humans have the extraterrestrial reputation of Stan Romanic.
Because they're humans and not extraterrestrials. How does a human get an extraterrestrial reputation?
Romanic claims that he's had numerous encounters with aliens,
Maybe because he looks like Steven Spielberg.
including abductions, telepathic communications, and even forced interbreeding to
For interbreeding. I guess they also went to some P. Diddy parties. Maybe P. Diddy is an alien.
create alien hybrid children. This video is supposedly evidence of one of his alien encounters. The story goes that on the night this footage was captured, Romanic had fallen asleep at his computer.
We won't talk about why he fell asleep at his computer or what he was doing on his computer so late at night that caused him to fall asleep. But we'll leave that to your imagination.
While his stepson was having a sleepover with some friends. Something woke him in the middle of the night. In a sleepy haze, he thought he saw one of the young partygoers streak through the house naked.
It's funny that he assumed it was one of his son's friends. What have I told you about your friend, Johnny the streaker? Tell him to put on pants. He's freaking out your sister.
You're never gonna catch me.
However, when he checked on the children, all of them were upstairs asleep. Just when he was about to give up his search, he spotted something terrifying at his sliding glass door. Watch.
What is that?
As you can see, the creature looks remarkably similar to the one we were talking about earlier in this video.
Definitely looks like a grey alien.
It has grey skin and dark almond-shaped eyes. Again, much like the typical aliens seen in pop culture.
Well, typical alien for you. But for me, kinda looks like Modulog.
don't believe it.
Like, I'm not saying it is Modulok. So far, I've only seen one head, and it's not the right color for Modulok, but it's his night vision, so not sure. Maybe he is red. I mean, most likely it's not Modulok, but if I was to take a guess at who this could be from my world, my money is on Modulok.
Not me, you fool.
It watches motionless from the doorway, even as the camera is pointed straight at it.
Why do these aliens and ghosts constantly enjoy the game of peekaboo? Just like poking out there. Wonder what's going on in here. I'm just trying to catch a glimpse of the kid that streaks.
So what do you think? Are Romanic claims that he's had close encounters with extraterrestrials the real deal?
He just sneaks into the night. Kind of like that Homer Simpson meme, just like... Peekaboo! Once I just want to see one of these alien creatures be more like E.T., try to get some Reese's Pieces.
Ah, Reese's Pieces.
Now maybe he saw a slice of pizza on the counter he really liked. He's like, wait a minute, is that anchovies? I like anchovies. We flew 3 million light years away to get anchovies. Our planet has a lot of pizza, but for some reason we just don't have anchovies. You never know.
This video has been analysed by numerous experts, but the jury is still out as to its authenticity.
The numerous experts just to see if this video is authentic. Not to see if that's an alien, but just to see if it's a hoax. That's a lot of wasted time for experts.
Our first segment of the day has some internet users debating whether werewolves really do exist. In May 2022, Reddit user Segwin shared a photo to the platform that seems to show something truly odd. The photo was captured on a game camera that takes pics automatically when movement is detected. The camera is positioned at an 8-foot high perimeter fence at Amarillo Zoo in Texas. In the photo, which was snapped in the early hours of the morning, you can see a bipedal figure standing to the right.
Alright, now this is supposed to be at a zoo? Far-fetched to find an animal at a zoo, you're right.
It looks to be covered in fur and has the features of a canine, yet it appears to be walking on its hind legs.
It is a weird picture, that's for sure. To see an animal standing on hind legs at the zoo, I guess that is kind of weird. That's definitely a snout, so most likely not Beastman. And also, those are really skinny, scrawny legs for Beastman. Beastman's, got a little girth on him.
But you don't impress me.
So, I don't know who this could actually be, to be honest.
It's these details that spurred some Reddit users to call this figure a werewolf.
I find it weird. Looks like he's got something in his hand. Like a shovel or a fork, I don't know.
The shocked groundskeeper shared the photo to Reddit, hoping to get some answers from the community.
My guess this is the groundskeeper with a Halloween mask, is what I believe.
Responses varied, with some wholeheartedly agreeing that the figure does indeed look like a werewolf, while others weren't quite convinced. Some suggested it could be a raccoon.
A raccoon? I don't know what kind of raccoons you're thinking of. Well, that's no raccoon.
What's a raccoon?
Maybe a raccoon from my world, perhaps, but not Earth.
Or even a piece of trash that's blown up against the fence. Ultimately, though, no one's been able to fully identify the figure, so unless more evidence comes to hand, this bizarre sighting will have to remain a mystery.
It's times like these that we need bear traps everywhere. I know, that's evil, but I don't care. You want to get to the bottom of these things? Bear traps everywhere. I don't care how many innocent bystanders we need to trap with that bear trap. I need answers, damn you!
A few months ago, we featured an eerie TikTok video by a user named Old Fogey John.
Well, at least he acknowledges his age, and he's proud of it.
That seemed to show some sort of strange figure lingering around a backyard.
That's a very odd sound. Sounds like some kind of alien creature laughing. He's definitely seen something funny, that's for sure.
The account has uploaded another video that's just as eerie. The uploader says that recently he's been finding strange holes appearing in his garage door.
strange hordes just appearing on your door? Yeah, we have those in Eternia too. They mostly appear in our washrooms.
He checked his security camera footage to see what was going on, but when he reviewed the footage that was recorded overnight, he was stunned at what he saw. Take a look. A bizarre figure seems to be breaking pieces of the uploader's door.
What the hell is that? Again, playing peekaboo. These creatures love peekaboo.
It appears to be the same figure from the first video we featured.
If I was to take a guess, I'd say that this was probably Merman.
You'll hear something.
Mostly because of the holes. Merman loves to make glory holes. We have them all over Snake Mountain. I keep telling him, stop making these glory holes, you fool. Yeah, I know what this deal is, but he's obsessed with glory holes.
He-Man is always ruining my action.
To this day, the uploader has no idea whether that's a person, an animal, or something else entirely.
I don't know what this is, but I will tell you right now, out of all the things I've seen so far, this one is probably the creepiest one. Also the one I kind of believe the most as well. The other one's not so much. This one just sort of feels real. I don't know.
As always, I'll throw this out to you, the viewer. What do you think that is? Let me know your theories in the comments section down below.
Well, if it's not Merman, could be Mudlock.
You're wrong.
If not, then definitely it's some weird creature that I, Skeletor, have never seen before, but would probably like to recruit.
Cryptids are animals that are claimed to exist but have never been scientifically classified. The footage you're about to see, which was submitted to the Facebook group Alter Extranitza by Alberto Rodriguez, shows a creature so strange it not only falls outside the realms of scientific classification, it almost defies explanation. It's not known exactly where the clip was filmed, but some think it's somewhere in South America.
I would say that's a fair bet. I don't think that's Canada.
It starts off showing two farmers that seem a little on edge.
What makes you say that? It's because they're running around frantically with sticks? Stop jumping to conclusions, Sam.
Por el agua. Pero no es así. Tiene esa cabra de ahí agarrado en el cuello. Pongan atención a eso.
They seem to be particularly cautious of one of the goats.
Véanlo.
It's brief, but we can see something has attached itself to one of the goats.
Mírenlo.
Could it be El Chupacabra? The infamous goat sucker of South America?
¿Qué es eso que tiene guindado aquí?
Here it is slowed down.
What the hell is
It
that?
almost looks like an enormous bat.
I don't see a bat there. I know what you're looking at. I mean, is that supposed to be its wings there? I mean, I guess it's possible. That's a hell of a big bat. And if it was from my world, most likely it would be Batros.
Really? Look again, Rusthead.
I don't know what the hell that is. That is a creepy thing. I will say that goat doesn't seem too bothered by it though. He's just sort of like, are you done? Because I have things to do. I have mountains to climb and shirts to make. If you're quite done sucking on my teeth, maybe I can now get on with my day. Thank you.
Seconds later, things turn from strange to outright creepy. Take a look.
But that wasn't creepy enough. I walk outside, I see my goat being nestled upon by some weird, hairy black creature. I consider that pretty creepy.
Ahí, mírenlo. Mírenlo ahí.
What the hell? What the hell was that?
Watching that again, the creature detaches itself from the goat and tries to escape across the yard. But as it does, it seems to resemble a thin shadow slithering along the ground.
That is weird. It's pretty creepy, I'll say. That's definitely not Batros. I don't know what the hell that is.
Here it is, slowed down.
So it's like a creature that can take solid form and then transform into a shadow? That is quite creepy, I will say. And another creature that I, Skeletor, would like to recruit.
The farmers chase the creature to a nearby river where they try to drive it off the property.
What are you going to do with those sticks? It turns from material to shadow. What are you going to actually do with it?
Vean, ahí lo persiguen hacia el agua.
Later, we see a brief shot from a stationary camera showing the creature crawl across a rock.
Vean, ellos dejan la cámara ahí quietecita y miren lo que lo
I mean,
encuentran.
that could be unrelated. That could just be like a turtle or something. We can't really see what that is. Now, I do see like two arms there. I don't think that that's the creature there. I think that's just some unrelated turtle or some kind of water creature. But what that creature was, I have no idea. I will say, it is pretty creepy.
Clip ends and we're left wondering what the heck it is we just saw. Most viewers have been at a loss to explain what type of creature this is. Some have suggested the chupacabra.
I knew it! Chupacabra. Well, I mean, it seems to be obvious.
A famous cryptid rooted in South American folklore. They're notorious for their alleged vampirism, as many farmers have reported that they
This creature here looks like a love child of Grizzlor and Leech. A thing of nightmares, for sure.
What was that?
drink the blood of livestock, particularly goats. While the initial shot of the creature in this clip does match some descriptions of the chupacabra, a large head with fangs and bat-like ears, it's when it escapes across the yard that things get even more difficult to explain.
What makes it more interesting is that the light is shining directly on it right now, and you still can't really make it out at all. I will also say the lack of response and reaction by the goat is also kind of strange, you know? Why isn't the goat screaming or yeah, whatever the hell noise it makes? There's something suckling upon my teeth. Get it off. It's just casually sitting there. Maybe it's got some kind of hypnotic effect. Never know.
How does the creature go from looking like a large bat to a thin, slithering shadow?
Well, I mean, maybe it is a bat. Maybe it's flying, and what we're seeing is the actual shadow. I'm just saying. That's another perspective we haven't thought of. Maybe you're looking at the shadow, and it's really up here somewhere, like on top. But it doesn't seem to be flapping like a bat would be. So, there is that. Very interesting.
This is a question that no one's been able to answer.
Is it just me, and it looks like he was about to stick that stick up the goat's behind? Like he needed that day as well. Today is not the day, George. Jorge.
I'll take out my hickory stick and shove it up your smelly goat ass!
Okay, loud and clear. I understand, old man.
In November 2021, an Oregon local was driving down a rural road at nighttime with their grandkids when they spotted something eerie on the side of the road. They uploaded the strange footage to their TikTok account, Carolinan1984, for all to see.
What'd you see? What? What's behind that?
Oh, there it is. Another paranormal creature fond of the game of peekaboo. I don't know what it is about peekaboo that you guys like so much. Maybe I should try it. Maybe it is fun. I don't know.
As you can see, a shadowy figure is lurking behind a tree on the side of the road.
Niana, what is that?
I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe go around the tree to find out, you coward. I know she's just a child, but still, if I was a child, I'd be running across the street to figure what that was.
The uploader has no idea what it is, and with good reason.
It has no motive to try to figure it out. And all it would take is a few steps, you know, this way or that way.
Didn't want to approach it to find out.
What's behind that tree?
When the footage went live, it quickly went viral, racking up millions of views.
Went viral? Why? Did the creature do Hawk Tour? Maybe it even be more viral if it did. It's the Hawk Tour peekaboo creature.
You gotta give him that Hawk Tour and spit on that night.
Thousands of comments speculating on the strange sighting.
What is that?
Some said it was a Sasquatch, a skinwalker, a shadow person, or even just a creepy person lurking in a hoodie.
Or some bum on the street, but we'll never know, because they're too cowardly to take a couple of steps to the left or to the right.
Given that the uploader was with their grandkids, none of these suggestions bode well. One of the most suggested theories is a hide-behind. Hide-behinds are mysterious beings rooted in North American folklore.
Ah! So then, are all these creatures hide behind? Because that seems to be the MO for every single one of these creatures. They're all hide behinds as far as I'm concerned.
Accounts from early settlers tell of loggers going missing while out in the woods. Woodcutters were failing to return to camp en masse, and villagers blamed the hide-behinds.
Very scientific. Who did it? It was the hide-behinds. The hide-behinds sound like some kind of 1980s cartoon characters, you know? Have you met the hide-behinds? They eat a lot of you. It's the hide-behinds. Collect every last one.
And each sold separately with breakaway chains from Amtoy.
Legends say they're nocturnal creatures with the ability to conceal themselves.
That is absolutely terrifying. What the hell is that? I mean, if I looked like that, I'd probably be hiding behind things as well. And yes, I am aware of how I look. I know I'm grotesque, but I'm not that ugly.
Behind almost any object. They're said to hunt humans for food, with their diet mainly consisting of innards.
As opposed to the outwards, in which most of the other creatures just love.
The Oregon sighting certainly does match the description of a hide-behind in many ways.
By that logic, all of these creatures match the description of a hide-behind. There hasn't been one creature yet that hasn't been a hide-behind. Maybe the one in the attic. Who was hiding behind the attic?
So could this be one of the first real pieces of evidence that these legendary cryptids really do exist?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it could be a little more specific. Is it a hide-behind, or is it a hide behind the tree? Maybe there's a hide behind bush, hide behind the glory hole. Or a hide behind Haktua girl.
You gotta give him that Hawk and spit on that thing.
Nana, what is that?
Most likely a monkey, or a sloth, or a slunky. The number one collectible of the hide behind.
Do you see me? Look carefully. Here I am.
In April 2021, an owner of a homestead in Birch Bay, Washington, captured something truly mysterious on one of his trail cams. He uploaded the footage to his YouTube channel, Jimmy B Trail Cams, for all to see.
Jimmy B Trail Cam. These names are hilarious. I love these names. They can make good Motu character names. Jimmy B Trail Cam. His power. I've the power of Trail Cam. I can catch you in quick motion.
Take a look.
All right, now we're talking.
Captured just before 9 PM on one of the trail cams placed deep in the woods, we can see a large figure walk from left to right.
Walking very slow and purposeful. Almost like he's got to go pee. He's like, oh, I gotta pee. Oh my god, there's a trail cam, no time. I've been holding in a big whopper I've got to take. It's kind of what he looks like.
Whatever it is, its enormous stature becomes apparent when it lumbers behind a row of trees.
He definitely looks like he woke up in the middle of the night and said, oh damn, I shouldn't have ate that rabbit. It was bad. He was about to go and then he noticed there was a trail cam. He's like, I'm not going in front of the trail cam. Okay, Biggie, just keep walking. Squeeze your cheeks real tight. Don't want to look foolish in front of the trail cam.
Eerily, just a few weeks later in May, 4 trail cams placed around the property went missing. Some viewers speculated that it might just be a hunter in a ghillie suit.
That's no ghillie suit, I will say. If it's a suit, it's a good Bigfoot suit. It's not a ghillie suit.
And that they spotted the trail cams dotted around the property and decided to steal them.
But, I mean, honestly, I don't blame the Bigfoot. You know, if I wanted to go use the washroom and people are popping cameras all over the place, I want to take it down too. I mean, this looks like his restroom area, you know? It's kind of rude to put a camera there. I don't blame the Bigfoot one bit. That is, if it's a Bigfoot. Because, by the look of it, it could very well be Grizzlaw.
What?
And Grizzlaw is known to have IBS, so it could very well be him.
No!
Others thought the footage was just a hoax. However, all the other trail cam footage uploaded to the channel features well-known wildlife like deer and foxes. There's nothing to suggest that this property owner is into pulling pranks.
Just an unsuspecting Bigfoot who needs to use the washroom.
So what do you make of this strange sighting? Could it really be the legendary Bigfoot? Let me know your take on this.
You know, I mean, I know you don't see very much, but I do think you see enough. And I have to say, I kind of believe this one too. I don't know what it is. Call it a hunch. I mean, all of these videos you kind of have to take on faith. You know, it's hard to prove or disprove any of it, to be fair. So you kind of have to go with your hunch. And my hunch is, it's real. It's either a Bigfoot or a Grizzlaw. Though they're one and the same.
I don't believe it.
Let me know your take on this down below.
No, I kind of believe this one.
Our last clip of the day seems to hint at something terrifying lurking in the darkness.
Right. They are kind of terrifying, especially when they transform into robots.
He must be stopped.
I'm looking at you, Optimus.
No.
Truckee Danny Ramirez was parked at a rest stop in Oregon along Route 97 when he heard something terrifying emanating from the woods nearby. The California local uploaded the footage to his TikTok account, Danny Ramirez 221, for all to see.
What the heck is that?
That is a weird sound, I will say. And to be fair, this wooded area is kind of creepy. If I was a truck driver, you know, just driving alone in these woods, it would be kind of terrifying. Ow! Okay. Listen to it again. The beginning sounds like a monster, but the end sounds very familiar to me. And quite terrifying to me as well. See if you can pick up on it.
What the absolute heck is it?
You get it? Can you hear what it is? Because I think I know what this is. And yes, it is very scary for me.
An ominous howl echoes through the trees.
Starting to regret that I stopped at this rest.
She's starting to regret it. You stop and you hear some screams like that in the woods, and you're like, I'm starting to regret this. Is that a T-Rex? It sounds like a T-Rex. A T-Rex or, you know, He-Man. Sounds like a T-Rex turning into He-Man. Just so far into the woods, that's all you can make out.
At a loss to explain the sounds, Danny suggests it could be the roar of a Bigfoot.
Or the roar of a He-Man.
Guess again, Skeletor.
And they say Bigfoot isn't real? I don't ever want to stick my arm out the window.
Can't be He-Man. He-Man doesn't scream for that long. Once he's He-Man, he's He-Man.
Looks like we were wrong.
Danny says that after he got done filming, the driver of the adjacent red truck came over asking if he heard the bizarre sounds.
Did you hear those bizarre sounds? Like, what am I, hard of hearing? What the hell do you take me for? People in Eternia heard that sound.
Eerily, a lot of viewers said that they too had heard similar howling sounds along Route 97, particularly in Oregon. For decades, the Pacific Northwest in the United States has been a hub of Sasquatch and Bigfoot research. The entire region has had reports of giant ape-like creatures, strange howling sounds.
Yeah, looking at this image here, definitely could be the Beastman or Grizzlaw, or a combination of both.
Come on, you beast!
And there's even been evidence of giant footprints left behind in mud found on numerous occasions. One of the earliest and most notorious encounters happened in the summer of 1924, when a group of gold prospectors came out of the forests of Mount St. Helens screaming about an encounter with a pack of tall, hairy bipedal creatures.
They came out, these hairy creatures are coming after my gold! Are they Bigfoot? No, my ex-wives!
Fred Beck, Gabe Lefever, John Peterson, Marion Smith, and Smith's son Roy said they were attacked by 4 7-foot-tall gorilla men who threw boulders and howled ferociously.
Threw boulders? That's quite dangerous. How did they survive?
They claim the creatures were erect and walked much the same way humans do.
Well, if the creatures were erect, that's when you start running. Because I don't want to know what made them erect, you know?
Uh-oh.
I'm not taking any chances.
They were covered in thick black fur, weighing an estimated 400 pounds each. The men allegedly suffered injuries after their camp was bombarded by large stone boulders for several hours in the early morning.
Really? 7-foot monkey creatures all erect, throwing boulders at you for several hours? And you just sit there, I'll be damned if they're gonna take my gold.
The miners managed to escape at first light and alerted authorities of their ordeal as soon as possible.
How do you explain that to the authorities? This is what happened. We were digging, like we usually do, for gold, when several erect monkeys started bombarding us with giant boulders. Were you drinking whiskey at the time? No, why, you ask? No reason.
However, after a thorough search of the area, some 8 miles from Spirit Lake, there was no evidence of the creatures at all. Some have suggested the prospectors made the whole story up.
No! Why would they do that? I don't know, maybe to keep others away from their gold? You make up some crazy story about erect monkeys throwing boulders at you. Might actually deter someone from entering your mind, see?
For fame and fortune. Back on the Ramirez clip, some viewers said the sounds resembled that of a wolf at certain times.
No, not unless the wolf is the size of a T-Rex or a He-Man. Alright, there you have it. These were some of the scariest cryptid monster creatures on the internet, brought to you by Slapcam. Let me know in the comments, do you agree with me, Skeletor, with my analysis? I'm not saying for sure that these creatures could be my minions, but there is a possibility. Also, let me know in the comments too, why do you think these creatures like playing the game of peekaboo so much? Whether it's ghosts, aliens, Bigfoots, or whatever, they just love the game of peekaboo.
Peekaboo, I see you.
Know what I mean?
Also, let me know in the comments, do you like these videos? Would you like to see Skeletor do more of these type of reactions? I personally enjoy them, and I'd like to do more of them going further as well. But I need a commitment from all of you. So, if you do like this video and want to see more of these, definitely leave a like in the comments and subscribe to Kingology. Until next time.